Okay, yes. We're looking at how we're going to form a histogram, right? Let me just run you through the previous steps before we form this histogram. All right, we are dealing with this data here. Okay, it told us suppose of the following number of items sold by different shops. So when it's usually items like food, cars, people, okay, drinks, those are continuous. That's discrete data because you can never have 2.1 people, 3.2 drinks. No. Okay. So we have this continuous data here. Okay. And want to form the histogram. So first things first, we need to get the frequency table, which we looked at in our previous class. So just run you through how the frequency table is made. Then we make the histogram. All right. Yes. So remember, before you construct the frequency table, step one, find the range of the data. Okay, you pick the highest and the lowest numbers in that data class, 34 and 11. Okay, so our range, 34 minus 11, that is 23. That is step one. Step two, after you get the range, you need to determine the number of classes you want. So we said we want to have 5 classes. Here, step two is up to you to choose. So we have chosen 5 classes. Step three, approximate the class width, the range of a number of classes. Range is 23, number of classes 5, therefore the class width is 4.6. Now, we can't use 4.6, so we'll round up, okay, to 5. Right. Our class width, we're going to use a class width of 5. Step 4, determine the lower limit of the class. Okay, so we saw our smallest value here is 11. So we can do our classes from 10 to 14, all right, 14 to 15, like that. Okay, so we've determined ours. Our class will start at from 10 to what's this? 10 to 14, okay, then 15 to 19, all right, then 20 to 24. So, colleagues, have you seen? If you use your fingers to count from 10 to 14, there are 5 numbers. 10, one number, 11, 2, 12, 3, 13, 4, 14, 5. What you can do here, have you seen here? 15 minus 10, that is 5. 19 minus 14, that is 5. Okay, so when you've made your class limits, okay, this is what you have to do to make sure that you are accurate. All right, so 10 to 14, 15 to 19, 20 to 24, 25 to 29, and 30 to 40. Okay, that's a class width of 5. Are we okay with that, colleagues? Any questions? Okay, then we make our frequency table. So let me just take this here so that I can make the histogram PDF. Okay, let me get this here. So once you've constructed your frequency table, now we'll be able to make our histogram. Let me just copy this. Yes, copy. Let me open it on PDF so that I can draw the histogram. That's what I'm just trying to do here. Open it on PDF. Where's that document? Oh, I never saved it as a PDF. Sorry, colleagues. Let me just save this as a PDF. That's where I'm going to be able to put this histogram. Okay, now we can do it. Yes. So after we made our frequency table, all right, now we can make the histogram. So on the histogram, you put it like this. Your y-axis is going to have the frequencies. Okay, then the x-axis, we're going to have the number of items here. Okay, number of because in this question here we just said items. We never specified what items. Okay, so here number of items here on the x-axis, of the frequency on the y-axis. Okay, yes. So here of we start from 10 to 14 here. And here yes. So oh, we have to join the classes. Yes, to make the histogram we have to join the classes. Sorry about that. Yes. Here we have to join the classes so that we make sure that there is no gap. Okay, colleagues? We have to make sure that there is no gap so that, because remember with the histogram, the bars have to be next to each other. Okay, so these class limits, we have to convert them into class boundaries so that we can connect these classes so that there is no gap, because this is a histogram. Okay, so what we're going to do, you get the upper limit of one class and the lower limit of another class and subtract. So you say 15 minus 14, that equals 1. Okay, then this difference divided by 2, That gives us 0.5. Okay. So what this means, colleagues, here is this. All these numbers on the left here, which I'm circling here, we're going to subtract by 0.5. And then all these numbers on the right, which are here, we're going to add plus 0.5. So that we connect the classes, okay? We have to connect the classes, make sure there is no gap. Okay, so we're going to start with our first class here. Okay, so 10, you're going to say 10 minus 0.5. That becomes 9.5. Then you're going to add 14 plus 0.5. That will give you 14.5. The next class here for 15, we're going to say 15 minus 0.5. Remember, the numbers on the left, you're subtracting 0.5. Numbers on the right, you're adding 0.5. So 15 minus 0.5, that is 14.5. So as you can see here, these classes have been connected with this 14.5 here. They've been both connected. All right. 19 plus 0.5, 19.5. Okay. Come to the next class. 20 minus 0.5, 19.5. 2. 24 plus 0.5, 24.5. Here, 25 minus 0.5, that is 24.5. 2. 29 plus 0.5, that's 29.5. Okay, here 30 minus 0.5, that is 29.5. 34 plus 0.5, 34.5. So colleagues, have you seen how we've now connected the classes? We've now made class boundaries. Okay, we converted the class limits to class boundaries. Okay, so that here we have now 9.5 to 14.5. Then we have 14.5 to 19.5. And we have 19.5 to 24.5. And we have 24.5 to 29.5. And we have 29.5 to 34.5. Okay. Yes. So now we can make our histogram. Okay. From 9.5 to 14.5, we've got 4. The frequency is 4, so you put it like this. Okay, we'll put 4 here. Okay. Or maybe let me put it in a proper scale, because in the exam they want you to put this in a proper scale. So we'll put here on our y-axis 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15. Okay. So from 9.5 to 14.5, we have 4. So put it like this. 4 is under 5, so put it like this. Okay. Then from 14.5 to 19.5, we have 5. Right. Then 19.5 to 24.5, again, we have 4. Then, from 24.5 to 29.5, we have 3. So 3 will be somewhere like this here. Okay. And then from 29.5 to 34.5, you have 3 again. Okay. Yes. So this is our histogram, colleagues. Any questions?